Hello, I'm going to have a custom Lego minifigure review from Lab9Minifigs. This one is a newer release. Of course, it is a Lyle brick minifigure, so they're the official reseller of it. I got it off their eBay, not their main website, but I'll put both links down below. Let's get right into it. I do only have one minifigure, so we're going to get into it. You can tell by the title who it is. So it's Thor from End Game, and of course it's Fat Thor if you want to call him that way, but Thor from End Game, it's the end of the movie style, so he's all suited up and armored, comes with his new weapon as well, the axe. Let's get all these accessories out. There we go. So we're going to show the accessory first. This axe is actually really amazing. I forgot to name it. Stormbreaker? Is that what it is? Is that the name of it? But you can see it has the wooden arm branch of Groot as the handle, with a little bit of some wrappings on it. And then you have the hammer axe head on top with a little bit of lightning onto it as well, which looks really cool. It's got that translucent light blue color to it, a little bit of some darkness near the axe blade. And then the minifigure can hold this from right here. You can see the spot that it does hold. So there's a gapping between the wrap. But it is a sweet, sweet axe and accessory. I have a few Stormbreakers now, and this one's probably my favorite. So now let's get to the minifigure. He does come with a lot of accessories on him, so here's the overall look. He does have a sweet hard cape. The hair is one piece, and then he does have the chest piece as well. So we're going to take all this off. He is a double-sided face. Can I get all this off? Oh, there we go. It was a little bit of a tight fit, but got it. Oh, actually the cape is all one piece. So we're going to show that in a second. Let's show his printing first. Get his hand straightened out. And get his head on. So the head was a little bit hard to get off other than the accessory, but there we go. Here is Thor from End Game. Of course it is, you can call him Fat Thor, whatever you want, but this is when he's suited up Thor. So the face might look kind of weird without his beard. Of course, I'll show that in a minute. But here's the face. He does have a scar on the his right side, left side for camera. You can see he doesn't have a nose, but the beard I think covers most of that up. Kind of a straight face, angry look to him. See some wrinkles around the eyes between the eyebrows as well. He does have the same colored eyes, which is probably wanted to print it with two different colored eyes. And then the other side is his lightning form. So he's got the bright blue eyes because he's got the lightning coming out. But it is the same rest of the printing. He's got the scar, crow's feet, wrinkle between the brows, angry look, straight mouth. That gap, of course, because the beard. I'm going to leave him like that because I do like this face. Coming to his chest and torso, you can see he's got these 6 circles like his armor does. So you got the 2 at the bottom, mid, and top. You can see the armored chest plating. It's kind of hard to get the form here, like the thicker form of him. You know, he's thick with 3 C's. But it looks nice, white on black, a little bit of gray in there. Coming down further, the chest torso design does come down to the waist, so you can see the lines right here. Of course, you can take the minifigure apart, doesn't hurt the printing at all, and fits seamlessly. Coming down further, he does have printing on the top of the thighs right here. You can see 4 lines on each side of the legs, and then further down he does have armor. It's a little glossy. That black reflects a lot of the light. See the glare? But you can see he's kind of got that mesh armor near the top of the thighs. Coming down further, the boots super high up there. A little bit of some knee pad style. And then they did print the front of the boots on as well. Coming to the side, he does have the side of his arms printed. He's got that like chainmail mesh armor type. Does have a gauntlet on, and then he has flesh tone hands. And then there is printing on the side of the body. It's his armor plating coming over to the side, going down. You can see those grays and blacks mixed in there. He does have printing on the waist. And then coming down further, he does have his chainmail armor right here. Some white lines in there to add a little more brightness to it. And then even further down would be the top of the boots going down. You can see the sides of them, the heel, the sole. A lot of detail, looks nice. Coming to this side, I believe it's the same printing on both sides. So you have that chainmail armor down to the elbow to the gauntlet, flesh tone hands. And then it does look like the same printing for the body to the waist to the legs. And then onto the back of the minifig, you can see he does have the shoulder plate armor right here. And then the white gradient going down with the black next to it, or dark gray. Of course, this would be where the cape covers up. A little bit of some spine detail right here in the center coming down. Then there is printing on the waist, the lines. And even further, they did print on the back of the legs, so those white detailing coming down to the back of the legs. You can see where the cutoff would be for the boots, and they do line up all the way around. Does he have printing on the inside? No, no printing on the inside of the legs, which is fine. And then the lower studs are where the lower holes are where the boots are. See the back of them where the heels would be. So some really cool design and printing in here. And then of course, when you put the beard on, it does cover the mouth printing and then where the nose would be, which looks really good like this. You could add a cloth cape if you wanted to. And then here's what he looks like with the regular eyes, just the black eyes. Which looks good, but the blue looks a little better. There we go. Very nice. Now we're going to put his armor on and look at that. So the armor piece on the front and the cape are all one piece. Starting at the front, of course. So no printing on it. It is molded though. So you can see there are the 6 circles. So 2 at the top, 2 at the mid, 2 at the bottom. You can see the chest armor coming down. So they kind of simulated this on the torso. It's a little hard to see. It's just because the lighting. Then you can see some detailing on the sides. Again, this is a great piece. Very sturdy. It does have a little bit of wiggle right in here in the front. You can see a little bit of some bend. But when it's on the minifig, it shouldn't have any. This also gives it a little bit of bulkiness to him because it is a big, thick piece. Of course, the cape is black on the inside and then red on the outside. It does have a little bit of armor coming over the back, shoulder, spine area. You can see a little bit of detailing on there as well. And it is a pretty thick piece. I mean, you can see the thickness right there at the top. But it adds a little bit of bulkiness for the End Game Thor. So let's put it on. Hopefully it doesn't scratch the printing. It doesn't feel like it does. It slides on and off pretty smoothly. Doesn't feel like any rubbing or anything. You can also see the arms can't go back too far, so right about there is where they stop. If you push them back further, it could flex the arms or the cape or the piece. So let's get his head on. Pushed his legs down. There we go. So the armor piece does add a little bit of thickness to the, or height to the figure. So you can see he's a little bit taller because it doesn't sit flush with the armor, the neck piece. And then the hair piece fits perfectly over the armor. And there we have Endgame Thor, who looks beastly in this version. I actually really like this version of him, especially with the axe. And then the arms come up, and you should be perfectly at throwing height for him. And then we're going to grab the axe. It is a little tough to grab. I think you only grab it one way. So there he is. You can see him holding the axe. It does fit in that one spot. I don't think it can fit anywhere else because of that detailing. Maybe at the top, and no, it doesn't look like it. Maybe at the bottom. A little wide for the figure, so really right here is the only spot it looks like it fits comfortably. But overall, a great minifigure. A lot of detailing, a lot of accessories to him. Hairpiece is great. I do like the chest and cape, that they're one piece. Gives him that kind of like sturdy, stationary look. I do like that the armor is a little bulky. Adds that thickness to him. And then Stormbreaker is amazing, the axe. I love the lightning to it. Let's get him on a stand because I forgot to get them out. There we go. Let's see how he looks on Lego platform. So good spacing between as well. Should be able to stand on some Lego platforms after I drop him. But there he is. The hair color looks maybe a little brownish than it should be. But it's not that dark. It's actually pretty light compared to looking at it on the camera. In person, it's a little lighter. but it even has the braid in the front. So great accessories, great minifigure overall. Looks great. I'm going to get the Iron Man, and then I'll have the complete collection. I think from the End Game, I'll have Captain, Thor now, and Iron Man in the future. Those minifigures will be awesome to have because they're the iconic 3, and they have that big battle with Thanos. If you haven't seen the movie, I do apologize, maybe some spoilers. But link will be down below for this minifigure, so be sure to check them out. Lab9 has a lot of awesome Lay-Lyle brick minifigures, and they do a great job with detailing and everything, so be sure to check that out. Link will be down below. Be sure to leave a like if you like the video, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And as always, thanks for watching.